go ham, we go hard, we goes in, we goes off. Up in Chicago, that's what we fit for. We go ham, we go hard, we go in, we go off. Up in Chicago, that's what.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of South Side of Chicago Diabetes Care and Outcomes. My name is Jacinda Lockett, and I'll be your host over the next 10 weeks. Today is our third show, actually, and we've been talking about diabetes awareness and how to be healthy and happy and satisfied. And today, joining me is none other than personal trainer Sadiq Muhammad. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So you're going to tell us all we need to know about physical activity as it relates to diabetes and just physical activity in a nutshell.
Definitely.
So how do you feel about physical activity as far as our everyday lives?
I think the American public needs to do it more.
Okay.
I mean, what we're seeing now is we're seeing a shift in the whole health consciousness. You're seeing more Subway commercials, more sub places open,
Absolutely.
more vegetarian choices as far as menus across the city of Chicago. And with that healthy diet also comes a healthier lifestyle, which includes physical activity.
Absolutely.
Walking, running, jumping rope, weights, stretching, all of those things. So I'm a huge fan, because I'm a personal trainer, I'm a
Right.
huge fan of physical activity, and I think that's for everyone across the board, senior citizens all the way down to young children.
Absolutely. And what do you see some of the challenges? Like, I know you hear challenges or excuses sometimes, when it comes to lifestyle change and incorporating exercise into your everyday lifestyle. What do you say to that?
Well, the first thing I do is I call someone out.
Okay.
I get right in their face. I don't, because when you start to entertain the excuses, then they grow to the point where you start to believe them.
Absolutely.
You'll say, well, I have a pain in my lower back, so I can't exercise. But at the same time, you can see someone running the Chicago Marathon without real legs. How do those things happen? Those people don't buy into their excuses. So I don't let any of my clients or anyone that I talk to, even the view in public today, buy into your excuses. If you have legs, you can work out. If you don't have legs, you can work out. If you're awake, then you can do some form of physical activity.
Wow. And I want to just let you know right now, there's a number you can call right now. It's on your screen, 312-738-1060. So if you have any questions for our personal trainer expert in regards to exercise, feel free to call in right now and throughout the remainder of the show with your questions, and I'm sure he can give you some techniques, whether you have legs or not, right?
Yeah. We can rock it.
And we're talking about diabetes. This is Diabetes Awareness Month, and of course, diabetics, they have to have so much exercise in their lifestyles.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we have, you got type 2 diabetes, we have type 1 diabetes, and for a person that may just be on the maybe larger size, what are some of the tips you can give them as far as exercising is concerned?
Well, one of the things that you have to do is you have to be honest with yourself. You have to take accountability. You didn't get overweight overnight. So with that being said, you know that you won't lose the weight overnight. So you have to focus on just taking it 1 pound at a time. If you think about it in this sense, if you lose a pound a week, that's 50 pounds in a year. Because you're not going to lose any weight during Thanksgiving or Christmas.
True.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So, and if you lose 2 pounds a week, that's 100 pounds in a year. So when you're trying to accomplish your goal, you want to just do it in increments. I give an analogy to all my clients. I say, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time.
Okay, wow.
So how do you lose 100 pounds, 50 pounds? You lose it 1 pound at a time.
Oh, 1 pound at a time. And also for people who are not even, overweight and have diabetes, they too, have to incorporate exercise in their busy lifestyles.
Absolutely.
So for a busy person, what would you suggest?
Well, this is what I always suggest, because I have some of the busiest clients on earth. I train Mr. and Mrs. Callahan at Callahan Funeral Home, a lot of different business owners across the city of Chicago. And one of the things that I tell someone is that the president and the first lady exercise every single day.
Okay.
So how busy are you that you can't? I mean, this guy's running for office at the same time.
He's running the country.
Yeah, he's running the country. Come on. I mean, how busy are you? So you got 15 to 30 minutes a day. If you're watching this program, then you have just as much time, this 25 minutes that we're going to be on air. You can, after the show, of course, but you can do some exercise for that exact remainder of that time.
Right. And working the entire parts of the body, very important. Even the upper body, give us some upper body, techniques or examples that we can do, if we're just like one of those on-the-go people and don't have a lot of time.
Well, one of the things that you can do is I use something called HIIT, high intense interval training, where we do circuit training. So where a person can do arm curls, you can do shoulder press, you can do bench press, but you don't take a break in between. So you go from one machine or one exercise to another, to another, to another. And at about 5 to 10 minutes of that, you find yourself being exhausted. And that's a way that I incorporate a fast, high intense workout routine for a person that would be on the go.
So is that like when you just say, it'll wear you out really fast. So
Yeah.
how do you know when you're having a good workout? Children,
Yeah.
teens, does it vary? Is it different?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have to keep in mind at the end of the day, most anyone under 18 can't get into most recreational centers or gyms,
True.
privately owned gyms. So, but the adults for children, we call that playing. Gym is being taken out of the schools around the city of Chicago, but we have to understand that we can keep our kids active personally. But first of all, the first rule of parenting is modeling. So so you want to be able to set a good example. We have everything's going on in the city of Chicago, from little league football to baseball to basketball. Keep your kids involved, to the young ladies, keeping them involved in dance. All these things are going on across the city. So it's something always going on, and you would be surprised how many programs are set up for young people to be active.
Wow. And like you said, for children, you said it's not really exercise, it's called playing.
It's called playing. It's called playing.
So play every day.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So play every
play,
day.
just not during school hours.
Right, right. And do you train a lot of adolescents or teens at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I usually don't personally train teens, but I do different boot camps. So Sunday night, it's I've seen mothers and daughters. They come to my Sunday night boot camp in LA Fitness in Lansing.
Yeah, that's out there in Lansing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you. I've been trying to get her.
I'm
So if anybody
coming.
want to call in, encourage her. Sunday night, 6:45 p.m.
I'm
Lansing
coming.
LA Fitness. We want Jacinda to be in there.
I am, so I can kind of flex and get ready. For the upcoming summer.
Yeah.
For the upcoming
that said that a person will get 90% of their results if their spouse is engaged in that activity with them. So you really don't want to go this thing alone. Get your spouse involved, get your friends, get your children involved, but somebody has to be your support system, because to be honest, you don't eat alone. So we're gonna put it out there.
So we'll make it a social thing.
Yeah,
right?
make it a social thing.
We're gonna exercise today.
Hey, let's all exercise together. Everybody get together.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about walking. A lot of people say, well, you know what, I walk every day.
Yes.
Is there a certain amount of walk steps I know that you can take to make it equal up to a good exercise or good workout? So what would you say about walking? How important is walking every day?
I'm a huge fan of walking. Now,
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of walking if you are a walker. Let's say you're a male person, and then you come to me and say walking is your form of cardio. I'm like, well, you already do that every day. You're used to walking. You need something more intense.
Wow, okay. I think we have a caller. Caller, go ahead with your question.
Hi. Okay, so my question is, if you started off heavier, but you began to exercise, and that has resulted in you losing a lot of weight, but you are beginning to see the pounds creep back on, what is that a result of? Even if you're staying, in routine, do you need a new routine, a more dramatic change in diet? What's going on there?
I would actually she answered her own question. You absolutely need a new routine. It would be you have to keep in mind it's the equivalent of staying in 8th grade for 3 years. So and Jacinda, she alluded to the point of walking. You're walking 3 miles a day for a year, and that's how you lose 50 pounds. Now a problem sets in, because the 3 miles that you walk every single day aren't the same 3 miles that you did the first, the second, or the third month when you started working out.
Okay.
Now it's not as intense. Now you can walk longer, or you can increase the intensity by running or walking uphill. You need to add variety to your workout routine, because your body will become accustomed to what you're doing after a period of time.
And we just talked about that earlier.
How long, or how often, rather, should you switch the routine? Of every 5 months, 7 months?
To be honest, well, number one, I'm a trainer, so we're gonna switch the routine up every single workout.
Wow.
But I would say for the average person, anywhere from 1 to 2 months, your body, it's gonna become an old routine for you.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, that's interesting, because like you said, you can't do too many sit-ups. You can't do too many jumping jacks.
Yeah.
You got to kind of like mix it up, and
Absolutely.
And you have all that. Is it on your website?
Everything
Okay.
is available on there with the exercise DVDs. www.c as in Chicago, F as in fitness, the number 4 life.com.
And if you want to just come out, if you're more of an interactive person, you do have sessions every single Sunday.
Every single Sunday. 6:45 p.m. Lansing LA Fitness, that is open to the public.
Okay, that's awesome. So if you want to be more interactive, kind of like, I'm going to get, because I'm going to come.
We're going to get you. We're going to get you.
If I had to come kicking and screaming,
But you want to know, this is the thing about Jacinda, because Jacinda is very petite. I'm going to tell everybody.
I am, like, what, 115?
You're
5
little.
feet.
But she has a lot of cute workout outfits. So we got to get her wearing some of these outfits, because
Okay.
that's her thing.
Pro with the building. We go ham, we go hard, we goes in, we goes off. Up in Chicago, that's what we fit for. We go ham, we go hard, we go in, we go off. Up in Chicago, that's what we fit for. Got drive like NASCAR. It's about to get ugly like Jason with his mask off. Shot fit for life, that's the team. I'm a beast, boy, I fit for life everything. Fit for life on my shirt.